Hello boys and girls, let's continue with lesson 11-4 on page 379 of your math journal. Here we are looking at volume of pyramids and cones. Let's look at the actual pyramid in Cairo, Egypt, as you see here. Okay. Also, let's identify how we can find the volume of a pyramid. First, we've talked in class that in order to find the volume of a pyramid, we must solve for the area first, then factor the height and divide it by 3. If we don't divide it by 3, then you will be giving me the area of a cube. Okay, I don't want the area of a cube, I only want the pyramid. So you have to take out 2 of them. You want to divide it by 3, the volume that you get. Okay, so how can we word that? Multiply the area of the base by the height. So solve for the area at the bottom, the very first layer. Multiply it by the height. And then you will get a product. Divide that product by 3. Please take the time to copy that down exactly as you see it. If you have any questions, you can ask me in class. But that is pretty much the formula that we will be using. You will solve for the area of a cube and then divide it by 3. Okay, part 2, or I guess extension of 1. The pyramid of Cheops is near Cairo, Egypt. It was built about 2,600 years BC. It is a square pyramid. Each side of the square base is 756 feet long. Its height is 449 feet. The pyramid contains about 2,300,000 limestone blocks. Okay, so let's solve for the volume of the pyramid, and then they want to know what is the average of each limestone block. Okay, what is the average volume, the average volume of each limestone block. So once we figure out the entire volume of our pyramid, we should divide it by 2,300,000 so that we can identify the volume of each block, or at least the average. Okay, an approximation. Let's try solving this. The formula is volume equals length times width, which will give us our base, times height, which will give us the entire volume for a cube. And that's why we must divide it all by 3. Okay, let's go ahead and replace the variables. So because it is a square, our length and our width will be the same. So we have 756 by 756. So length, 756, times width, 756, will give us the area of our base. And we factor in the height, times 449.5. All divided by 3. If you do not have a scientific calculator, you will not be able to solve this. So you can try using a calculator on your computer or one on your iPad. Once you've solved this equation, do not forget to add in your units. They continue to give us the units, which I believe is a mistake on their part, because now we're developing a bad habit of not writing it ourselves, and this is very important for us to do. So please remember to write it in. On question 3, what is the average volume of one limestone? Well, as I mentioned earlier, what you need to do is take your answer that you get from number 2, okay? Take the answer, and you're also going to divide that by the number of limestone blocks, which is 2,300,000. When you divide that, you should get about 37 decimal something. It's fine if you just simply write 37 because we're looking for an average. So it's about. And that's the volume of each limestone block, 37 feet cubed. Another way to say that, instead of saying feet cubed, you could say cubic feet. In this case, for question 3, we are looking at inches. So here we can say cubic inches. Okay. A movie theater sells popcorn in a box for $2.75. It also sells cones of popcorn for $2 each. The dimensions of the box and the cone are shown below. So what we're really trying to figure out here is which one has a greater volume, correct? But I'm sure you can see it that this one will have a greater volume simply just by comparing the sizes. But what is the better deal? Should I buy 2 of these? Okay, or 2 of these, or 1 of these and one of these? Which one is the better deal? Which one do I get more popcorn for my dollars? So which is the better buy, the box or the cone of popcorn? Explain. Well, boys and girls, I would like to see that you solve the first one, the rectangular prism here, with using the formula, and on this side, the cone using the formula. For the first one is volume equals length times width times height. Replace the variables, solve, and give me your answer including your units cubed, or cubic units, although they include it there. For the cone, please solve for the area of the circle first. Area equals pi times radius squared. Here we're given the diameter. Okay, so our radius would be half of the diameter, which is 3. And 3 squared is 9. So please replace the variable with pi times 9. Okay, 3.14 times 9. Solve for the area and then factor the height. As well as, because it is a cone, very similar to a pyramid, we must divide it by 3. Therefore, volume equals area, okay, whatever number you get here, times your height, divided by 3. Okay? And then you can insert your answer there. How will you figure out? Well, take into consideration the money. Okay? Divide how much popcorn you will get per inch cube or cubic inch. Okay, depending on the money. Alright, we will try that when we will check this answer tomorrow actually and see how you figured it out. Again, you want to see how much each cubic inch costs. So, see how many cubic inches you have here and divide it by 2. See how many cubic inches you get here and divide it by 275. And see which one gives you the more cubic inches per cents. Here you have 275 cents and here you have 200 cents. Take out the cent and that way you can work with cents instead of working with dollars. We'll try that tomorrow, boys and girls. Correction. You will try it at home and we'll check it in class, boys and girls. On the next page, we are expected to play a game called Rugs and Fences, an area and perimeter game. Let's play this in class. So go ahead and skip over this page and we'll go over it in class. The last page for this lesson is your math boxes. Please have these completed and we will check them in class as well. I believe I will be focusing mostly on question 4, 6, and 2. There will be 3 of them. 2, 4, and 6. Okay, boys and girls? 2, 4, and 6. Do them all, Of course, we will check our answers in class, but for my personal records, I will be checking that these three are done well. Okay, see you in class.